don't know if anybody's going to be in here or not. When you join in, leave a message. Taking some advice from a friend of mine, and I'm going to go live for the very first time and hosting a Friendsgiving. So I have a lot of things to prepare. Today, I'm just going to make a simple sausage and sage dressing. You know, if it turns out well, it turns out well. A lot of things can go wonky or awry, but we'll see, you know. We're going to start off. We've got our cut herbs. We've got some thyme in here. We've got some fresh sage. Super excited about that. Of course, we need to have our sausage and ready to go. Still can't believe nobody's in here, but you know, we'll see what's up. Went ahead and fresh cut the good old fashioned celery because you know you need that. Of course, we've got our onions. We've got our staples. Onion powder, garlic powder. They're palatable for everybody, but it's not gonna be all we're gonna put in here. I've also got my dried crusty bread, and it's going to be wonderful. I've got some classic sage and herb stuffing that's in the back, so I'm super excited about knocking it out. Of course, no one wants some dry stuffing or dressing because I'm not stuffing anything this year. And you know, butter makes everything better, so we're going to do that and we're going to enjoy this. So we're going to get this process started, and hopefully someone will actually join in. We'll see. Who knows? Start off, put your pan on nice and hot, because you're gonna want your sausage to get good and crusty. We're gonna see if somebody wants to join in, say a comment about anything. No, nothing? Heard. Also have our farm fresh eggs ready to go. Yeah, you'll need it because we're gonna bake it later. So once we get past a certain point, I'm not about to be out here eating raw eggs because you know, that's not my ministry. And we can't forget the drink and drink. Yeah. So it's live. Pan, we're hot enough. Gonna go in, toss this up. And you wanna get rid of your film. Be right back. Oh, people have joined. What's up, everybody? We're making some homemade sausage and sage stuffing. Stay tuned to see how it turns out. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to drop them in. I'll do what I can do for you. Meaning I'll try my best to answer them in a timely fashion. Starting off browning our sausage, you want to not touch it for a minute. You want it to start to develop a crust, and hopefully that crust will leave a little bit of a fond in the pan because you know we'll definitely need some of that fond. If you're just joining, we've got our thyme, we've got our sage, I've got a vacuum cleaner coming in here right now. Let me stop that. We need quiet and peace. Stand by. Now, washing my hands. All right. Freshly clean, gotta get that squared away. On our medium heat, having fun. How are y'all doing today? What's going on in your kitchen? Who's cooking what for Thanksgiving? Gotta mash it up real good. Oh, we got some people joining in, eh? There we go. Welcome to my very first live. Please let me know how I'm doing because I have absolutely no idea how this is gonna turn out. I know how this is gonna turn out. I have no idea how that's gonna turn out. We'll see. My friends who are other content creators have been on me for years at this point to start doing lives and to get more engaged with all of you. And I'm like, yeah, we can do all of that, right? For my ASMR fans, do you hear it? Hey, ooh, we're losing guests left and right. Well, sorry, folks. I'm gonna keep on keeping on. The things that leave me apprehensive about lives is anything can happen, right? You have to allow room and time for variable change. I have absolutely no idea how anyone who doesn't have a moderator or somebody who can just like log in and engage with comments could also be focused on cooking because something's got to give. I'm not trying to suffer for my food for the comments, but I will if you want me to. Now that I've touched this sausage, I'm going to go wash my hands yet again, but I want to make sure we don't waste it because it's expensive out here in these streets. You heard me? All right, we're back. We've got our washed hands, got our towel, having fun. Getting a nice little bit of color and crisp on our sausage. Can you see that? Like right there, a little crown, crusty bits there. I'm here for it. And then once this is all well incorporated and put together, we will be baking this and getting it squared away. So my Friendsgiving is not actually going to be for another, well, it's tomorrow. So I'd like to enjoy the day and not spend the entire day in the kitchen. So I had this brilliant idea. Why not make all the hard stuff, all of your sides, because it's really about the sides. The turkey is going to be the turkey regardless, right? And we're going to get this squared away today, so tomorrow I can chill, if you know what I mean. Please don't be fooled by the chaos in the background. We're going to be using all of this in the dish. Fresh crust baked goodness. Come on, Publix. Realistically, you can just get baguettes, Texas toast, traditional bread, white bread even works, and toast it all off in the oven. You can toast it literally in a toaster, cube it up, let it sit overnight so it dries out a little bit. Hey, we got some people. What's up, friends? What we got? DJ. Hi, friends. What's up? How you doing? All right, now we've got that rich fond in there that we're looking for, right? I'm gonna stir this up really well so it doesn't burn over this heat. Want to go ahead and cook your sausage all the way through. We don't want sausage to be one of those meats that you par cook. It will finish in the oven, but I'd like to make sure that it's good to go before I put it up in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm making a sausage and sage stuffing, or a dressing, because we're not stuffing anything. If it was going inside of a bird, then we would call it a stuffing. But so far, so good. In about 30 seconds or so, this will be ready. And then we're going to move on to actually sauteing our veggies, which you have the celery, and then we've got the onion. So right about now, we are golden brown, crispy, done. We're going to put this in our bowl to the side. I'm not going to wipe the pan out because I'm going to use all of this natural fond to actually use with the meat, with the veggies. So we're starting with the onions. We're putting it in first. You could smell just the natural, the fennel seed, the spices, the crushed pepper flake that go inside of this sausage. It's just ridiculously beautiful, and it's hit your nose so wonderfully, and it's just delightful. I can't wait to tear it up tomorrow. And then we're also going to throw in our fresh chopped celery. And right about now will be a good time for my butter. All right, we'll let that get to know everybody. Hey, how you doing? Mix that up real well. How's my first live going? Why, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, just gonna let this dwindle down. And you want this to be translucent and tender. You know when onions are just opaque and almost turning a nice light caramely situation. very tender. You don't want it to be super crunchy, although you do want a nice natural texture. Yeah, that makes sense. Rounding it up, rounding it up. Now it sounds like it's a party. It's a party. Oh wait, drink time. Cheers, friends. All right. We're gonna let that go for about another 2 minutes on medium-high heat. That'll give all of the vegetables a chance to sweat down and reduce their natural juices, you know what I'm saying? Because you know we like things juicy around here. All right, and while this is getting to that nice stage, we're a little frothed, so I'm here for it. You know, it's nice and steamy. Gonna take a moment and I'm going to add in the thyme and the sage. I want it to start to bloom and to release its natural fragrances into the veggies. And we can also take a moment to hit it with the staples, a little garlic powder. Some of us have forefathers, some of us have ancestors. Whoever is guiding you, trust that spirit. That was the garlic powder. Now we're gonna do the onion powder. And if you folks haven't actually checked his channel out, definitely check out Matt Price, also known as Mr. Make It Happen. He's from the DMV area, just like I am. The man is straight fire. Everything that he cooks is gold. I'm gonna tag him after the live in the video. Hopefully he sees that. And we love watching everything that he puts out. And he's got this amazing restaurant in the DC area. If you're in that area, definitely check it out. Food is ridiculous. And we can't forget our girl, Kevi Creations. And also from the DMV area, young Miss Miriam, we see you. Okay, so all these flavors are getting together and starting to bloom and to blossom, and it just smells ridiculously delicious in here. We are then gonna go ahead and add our sausage and sage dressings basis together. This is just about where I want it to be. Gonna hit it with just a little bit of that chicken bouillon. Not that we need a much of it or a lot of it, but you know, just a little bit. And when you add any flour or powdery substances into what you're sauteing, you definitely want to give it a moment to further bloom and get the raw floury taste out of anything. You don't want anything to be gritty when you're chewing. If you're a texture person like I am, I'm like, I need you to be flavorful and familiar. I want you to get to know one another. All right. So I'm going to remove this from the heat or cut the heat off. Show you what we're working with. Right? We are here, good to go. Oh, we're down to one viewer. Well, you know, we're gonna do what we do. Keep it moving. Got our bowl with our sausage and sage in here. We're gonna go ahead and pour this in. Just like so. Give you a look-see inside of our bowl, right? So we're having business, having fun. And once we get to this stage, this is where things get a lot of you hear that? I know you hear that. That's the beginning of making to something good. We are going to take our crusty bread and we're going to go ahead and open this up and start to build this. Just like so. All right, stand by, because this is really hot and I'm not trying to have a situation and burn anything, let alone my hands. Bread is going in a really hot bowl. Are we in frame? Can we see this? Not really. Okay, well, we're going in. All right, so as this gets wet, we're going to actually have it shrink down a little bit. So we're going to add in the chicken broth. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let it get in here and get to know each other. Peel back the safety, because we all know safety first. Pour it in, be comfortable, be cognizant, be safe. You don't want it splashing all over the place and getting messy. And give it a second to actually absorb the moisture. There we go. And honestly, because we're gonna bake this, too much moisture is actually a good thing. It's gonna absorb into the bread, the croutons, to really pull it together. And we added in 48 ounces, just over 3 pounds, or just under 3 pounds of broth in here. And if you need more, because of the amount of flavor that's in here, feel free to add some water. It's okay, you got this. You're a big fan of mine? Well, thank you so much, I appreciate you. How long have you been rocking the channel? Are you happy that I'm going live? Just for the heck of it, I'm gonna add in some ground sage. I know there's already some sage in here, but can you really have too much? Now, the last time I made this dish, one of the things that I added was a popular ingredient that no one thought of. I added craisins to this. So you get a small pop or a burst of something sweet. I'm like, okay, I'll take some sweetness, why not, you know? So we're gonna go ahead and stir this up. Literally stirring up our dressing. And as this shrinks down, we will add in our other bag and let some of that moisture continue. All right, so as you can see, from the first time that we put the bag in, we've already diminished the capacity by half, or reduced the capacity by half. So this is kind of where we're looking at. Give me a second and I'll show you all. All right, so that's kind of what we're looking at so far. Looks like dressing, though. We handling it, we doing what we do, right? Right about now, I'd be jamming out to some tunes of some sort, but with the algorithms and the bots doing what they do, I'm not putting any music that may get the live taken down in the background. So as I continue to progress on my culinary journey, we'll see how it goes, you know? But again, this looks incredible already, and I already can't wait to throw down on it. Now, I will take a bag of the Pepperidge Farms classic stuffing to add to this, just because it's a flavor bomb. You can never go wrong. You can never have too much. We will continue to mix gently and absorb all of this moisture. Oh, yeah. If you guys could smell what's going on in this kitchen, it's absolutely out of this world good. And I really just can't wait till tomorrow so we get to throw down and devour. So on the menu, we're doing 6 different turkey breasts. I'm doing 2 traditional herbed turkey breasts, and then I'm going to do 2 jerk turkey breasts. I got my Walker's Wood, not a sponsor, but if you were a fan of jerk, this is the way to go every single time. Y'all see this? It's in reverse, but it's Walker's Wood. I like things spicy, but I'm cooking for everybody, not just myself. So I will, you know, cater to my audience and do what everyone feels they are ready to handle as far as the heat is concerned. After that, then we're also doing, I'm doing 2 of the turkey breast with a cranberry sauce mixture with apple cider vinegar and orange juice. So hopefully that turns out even more amazing. And I'm going to try them in a couple different methods and ways of cooking to find out which one is going to be the best. So the reason why we're doing 6 of them is that if something gets wrong, it still serves us best. Mistakes happen in kitchens, which is what I was talking about earlier. That's why I was afraid to go live until now. I'm like, I'm cooking things that I know I can knock out of the park, and it's juicy, it's flavorful, it's delicious every single time. Like, you're not going to catch me sleeping. Like, we aren't doing that. Friends, I think this actually might be enough. I may not even need that bag unless I make backup dressing, but look at this so far. How Like, don't play with me. Like, we doing what we do in this kitchen. You know, I'm gonna put these eggs in here in just a moment. Well, actually now. You're gonna put the eggs in. Clearly I'm not tasting for anything at this juncture, but I know that the sodium content from the sausage is going to be where it needs to be. From the stock, we are in a great position. We're gonna go ahead and mix this in appropriately and get it nice and socked up. Oh yeah, and then we'll be good to bake this at probably 300 degrees for about 30 minutes until it's tender but crusty and perfectly ready to be enjoyed with delicious turkey gravy. Because who doesn't love gravy? Come on, baby. We are golden. I think what I'm going to do is to add just a little bit of water, because you want it to be wet going into the oven, because it's going to sop up and be that traditional consistency. The words are hard. The traditional consistency that you really enjoy, you know? Do you like my apron? I'm rocking it out. My favorite cousin got this for me. Let me get it together. All right. All right, let me get that water. Stay tuned. We're not doing much. We're literally just hopping on to pour in just a little. I'd say that's about 2 cups. Oh yeah. That's that gushy gush. What y'all know about that gushy gush? I did tell them in the comments that they are in the warning that this was not for children. This is grown folks. All right, so we are golden. Our dressing is ready for the oven. We're going to go ahead and preheat, and we'll get that situated. But look, we got it. Should I come back and show you the finished product, or you good? You trust me? You're going to stick tuned for the video? You going to try it? We shall see. Thank you guys so much for watching. I guess you should see me pour this in, right? Let's see how that looks. We're not too good for metal pans out here. Just like so, evenly distributed. Pays to have big hands so you can hold this heavy ass bowl and not drop things in the floor or jack up your oven, and just mush it down like you're ready for what you need to be ready for to get it in there while your oven is preheating. And then you can move on or plan whatever sides are going to be next. But I would like to also top this off with some fresh herbs, maybe a dusting of the ground sage that I added in last, or even just a couple of fresh sage leaves. What do y'all think? No? No? Anybody? Oops. And just like that, oven's messy. Now I gotta clean it up. But thank goodness for editing. I have no idea if you can hear me appropriately or not, but I'm looking in the comments and seeing what we got. I think this is all in all a successful first live. I will post via story later what the finished product looks like, and I will post reaction bites from tomorrow's dinner, and I hope that everything turns out appropriate. And if you don't like it, don't buy it, don't eat it. If you can do it better at home, good for you. For the 7, 2, 3, 11 of you who stopped by to say hi, I'm glad you did. I'm Kevi Cornell. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. How do I stop this?